Hello, welcome to Prequel, Sequel, Requel, the show where we pick a film or a franchise and give it a prequel, a sequel, and a requel. Tonight's show is all about the classic Titanic. We're going to have a panel of comedians helping us out with this. They get a minute to pitch a prequel, a sequel, and a requel for Titanic. Then we'll be doing audience suggestions as well. So let's bring our panel in for this evening. First of all, we've got Eddie French. Hello, Eddie.
Hello.
You're all right? I'm good. Yeah. How are you?
Wonderful, thank you. Yes.
Excellent, very good. How's your week been?
Been all right. Rainy, but all right.
Rainy as well. With a little bit of sunshine.
Very close to each other.
With a little bit of sunshine. Don't shatter the illusion. It's international. This show. It's all
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oui, mon ami, is international.
I was going to give Nat an intro, but I just clicked the button instead. I just brought her in by surprise. Natalie Smithson, welcome to the show. You all right? Surprise!
How are you doing?
Yes, it wasn't much of a surprise because I could see you down at the bottom before I brought you on. It'd been a surprise if you weren't scheduled to come on the show and you'd have just jumped in and gone, "Hey, let me in."
Me wearing Phil's face, maybe something like that. That would have been a surprise.
Exactly. How's your week been?
Do you know what? I've had a lovely week.
Good.
We've had work. It's been really nice. Everyone's been lovely.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good, cool, okay. Right.
Have you been having to fling the bath bombs at people from a distance, going, "Get back"?
Yeah.
Or is it
we
okay
make them stand on plastic and then we just throw things at them.
Natalie works at Lush, for those who don't know. So there we go.
Lush have been using plastic.
In fact, it's
biodegradable plastic made out of turtles.
There's a 50% sale off Lush for the next 2 minutes, apparently, at the bottom of the screen.
Show your face.
Just thought I'd do that for you. A little bit of fun there. Right, let's meet our last panel member this evening. Let's bring him in without further ado. It's none other than Phil Smith.
Woo!
It never is.
I'm not throwing it. I'm not throwing it. I swear, it's crap. I hate Titanic. I'm off.
Oh,
that was not Phil. That was a dog.
That was Phil.
I got the t-shirt on there.
Oh,
everyone
Lord.
loves mashed potato.
Well, Phil's a big Bodger and Badger fan. If you've watched the show before, you'll understand that. A bit of an in-joke to start things off. I would just like to say, though, thanks for joining us on Facebook. If you're watching us on Facebook, feel free to leave some comments as we go. We've already had our good friend Bob chime in with a quick hi. Hey up, Bob. You all right? And also Michael Forrest with his street yo. Happy Father's Day.
British theatre alive, yo.
Happy Father's Day as it is in the UK. It's Father's Day today. Happy Father's Day to all you daddies out there. And all you mummies as well, I guess. Although it's not Mother's Day, is it? So
I've only got one father that I know of.
Bit of Father's Day banter to start things off.
Bit of the old banteroo.
Yeah, good. So that's what this show's all about, isn't it? Obviously, apart from the movies and the prequels and sequels and requels. So what we're going to do, we are doing Titanic this evening, the classic from 97, I believe. I think it was 97 with the Celine Dion song. So what we'll be doing is getting our panel members to give us a prequel, a sequel, a requel. Don't sing the song, we'll get a copyright strike, we'll be booted. Have you been learning that all week?
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
As soon as you said Titanic, I was like, right, where's that old tin whistle? I'm going to dig that one out. And as such, I have not prepared any prequels, sequels, or requels.
Hi, Janet.
I have got a tin whistle. Hello, Janet.
Janet's here as well. How could we forget you? Sorry about that. Right then, so what I like to do before we start, I'm going to read you the back of the box for Titanic when it first came out. Oh, actually, it's probably when it was re-released because the start says otherwise. So I'll read you out. This is how they sold Titanic to people back in the day. You ready for this? Good. I'll take that as a yes. Okay. Nothing on earth can rival the epic spectacular of Titanic, the sweeping love story that sailed into the hearts of moviegoers around the world, ultimately emerging as the most popular motion picture of all time. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet light up the screen as Jack and Rose, the young lovers who find one another on the maiden voyage of the unsinkable Titanic. But when the doomed luxury liner collides with an iceberg in the North Atlantic, their passionate love affair becomes a thrilling race for survival. Your heart truly will go on with this film. I added that last bit.
Okay, because you never can tell with the Hollywood copywriters, can you?
Never can tell. Yeah, it'd say go on and on and on and on, wouldn't it? Right then. So yeah, if you're just joining us on Facebook, welcome. The panel here are going to predict. They're going to come up with a prequel, sequel, requel for Titanic. You can join in as well with your comments, and we'll vote as well after each round, as always. Later on as well, we're looking for a new Terminator title, so get your thinking caps on for that. You can leave a comment and we'll deal with that as we go. But shall we get straight into this with your minute-long pitches? We're going to start with the prequels, obviously. And I'm going to start with Phil this evening.
Ooh.
So I'm going to get you a minute on the clock, Phil. This is your prequel for Titanic. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Good. Oh, let me get me banner up so we know which section we're on. There you go.
I thought you were going to say, let me get my brew. I want to enjoy this.
I've got my brew, yeah. I listen to his minute while I have my brew. Go on, Phil. Away you go.
Set in 1911, Belfast Company, Harland and Wolff Shipyard have successfully built and launched the first large Olympic-class liner of its kind, the RMS Olympic, as part of the White Star Liners Company. It's a prequel to Titanic, but focuses on the first big ship of its kind and touches briefly on the buzz surrounding the next big ship, which was the Titanic, and its sad demise the following year in 1912. The story covers its successful maiden voyage, which was captained by Edward Smith, but drills deep into his personal life and being offered to then captain the much-hyped Titanic. The film covers its collision with HMS Hawke and other teething mishaps. Was this an indication of disasters to come with Titanic? We don't know. The ship then remained active until 1935, including a stint as a troop ship during the First World War, which gave her the name of Old Reliable. And that is what I'm calling my prequel, Old Reliable. And it will be directed by Christopher Nolan and have one of them sort of like war-type feels to it.
Wow, okay. Cool.
It's a sensible pitch this week.
That was very, I'm going to say that was very sensible compared to usual Bodger and Badger. Man. Are you sure Bodger and Badger want piloting the ship before he took over?
No.
Like
there's no British puppets and there's no filth.
Shocked. I'm disappointed.
Shocked. Well, let's find out. Now's the chance for you two, Eddie and Nat, to ask Phil some questions about his epic there. So fire away if you've got some...
I have a question. Would you be prepared to make it a bit silly by having at least one of the ships played by Tom Hardy? Doing one of those silly voices. Because it is Christopher Nolan, and you know.
It could be, yeah. Maybe he could be a rival captain who's being possibly selected to captain the Titanic, but Edward Smith wins it.
Captain Maskbeard.
I want to fucking do the fucking Titanic, you fucking do shit.
Oh, that reminds me. There might be a bit of language tonight on this show. Phil always reminds me of that.
I think Eddie might start that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what if he's just sort of going, oh, fucking boat, mate.
What about it?
Good that.
Yeah. But yes, I would consider that, Eddie, because he's an attractive man as well.
Do you know what? He's a box office draw.
He is.
And I think your film might require it, as it sounds like quite a heavy historical drama, which I'm in favour of, but has not normally reaped dividends at the box office.
It's going to be an epic.
Obviously. It will be epic, yeah.
Very good. Okay, Nat, have you got a question for Phil?
I do, yeah. So the Olympic we're talking about, which onboard Olympic games are played there? Are any of the Olympic games played on the Olympics? And if they are, which ones? That's what I want to know.
Yes, they like to play balls and that
play with balls.
And that one where you throw the thing down and then someone rubs it with a broom all the way until it gets to the bottom.
So
shuffleboard.
That's the Winter Olympics and the Olympics.
It's not shuffleboard. There's a correct name for it.
It's curling.
Curling. It might be curling, yeah.
No, it is curling.
What's shuffleboard then?
Shuffleboard's what you have in student pubs.
Oh.
And on old age cruises.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's no broom involved in that. It's just a sort of that shape. And then you just sort of shove like pucks into different point locations.
It's also got an Olympic-sized swimming pool, so whatever water-based events you require.
Why? It's got the steam next to it.
Synchronized swimming?
Synchronized swimming is in there, yes, as is Swimming.
So both kinds. We got two kinds of swimming: country and western.
Nice.
Right, cool. Okay. Michael Forrest has already said his this invasion of the body snatchers. That's not Phil.
It's Father's Day, Michael, and I'm trying to set an example to fellow fathers.
Oh,
Not your own child, just other
No.
fathers.
well, I'm sure once it gets to Requels, he'll be back on form and he'll be throwing mashed potato around. So, don't worry
Or talking
that.
about throat sex. We know it. It's
Yeah,
coming.
it's slagging off puppets as usual,
Yeah.
you know. Right then, okay. Quite a reserved bit that actually. Well, let's see what Eddie can do then with his prequel. I'm going to get you a minute on the clock. You ready for this?
I am.
Away you go.
Cal Hockley, heir to the Pittsburgh steel fortune, is tired of his lot. Everything he does is overshadowed by his destined wealth and social standing. Pardon me, Windy Pops. As a result, he flees to the African nation of Bangala, where he tries to make something of himself. After a fight with a leopard that was attacking some children, he is then graced with the title of the Phantom, the Ghost Who Walks. After several years of defending the innocent using his wits, cunning, and a trained wolf, he leaves Bangala in the hands of a new Phantom and returns to the US via England, via Southampton in England.
40 seconds. Okay, so tying obviously with the Phantom film that starred Billy Zane.
Yeah.
Billy Zane. Okay. Questions.
It doesn't get enough love, that film, so I thought I'd mention it.
I've got a story about. It's not well. It's to do with Billy Zane. Very quickly, when I went to the Cannes Film Festival with a friend of mine, Nathan, we went. Yeah, I know. There was a guy. We stayed in a campsite, and there was a guy next to us who kept saying this story. He told us the same story about him going on Billy Zane's boat every single night, as if we were going to be like really impressed by him. He kept going. Then they went on Billy Zane's boat like that. It was the same story every night, and we were like, we didn't care.
Was that his anecdote after every
Yeah,
story?
that was it. That was it. Nothing happened on the boat either. He just said I went on the boat.
And then we went on Billy Zane's boat.
So anyway,
every night.
I got a job as a boat cleaner, and then I went on Billy Zane's boat and cleaned.
There was no story apart from we were on the boat, and that was it. We were like, is that all that happened? Oh, we're on it. We're on the boat. Anyway.
I assume Billy wasn't there then.
Luckily, that won't be. Luckily, that won't be the best story that takes place on a boat you'll hear this evening. So that's good.
With Billy Zane involved.
With Billy Zane involved, yeah.
Or not, if you want on it. Anyway, sorry. Questions for Eddie then? What
yes,
have you got
I
for
have
us?
a question. I would like to know if the leopard fight is going to be CGI'd or is it going to be a man in a leopard suit?
It's going to be Andy Serkis in like a slutty dress that they put a proper leopard on over afterwards, just having shit punched out of him, yeah.
Okay. Will he have like all those dots on him that make it look like he's moving like a leopard?
He just has them now.
Or are they just what he does?
Andy Serkis is just so used to not being on screen that he just had them put on. Just had them implanted. Like, no, it's not right. I'm ready. Ready. Right. what are you going to turn me into? Dragon?
Always dressed in lycra.
Yeah, he's got all them grey lycra things on here with all the.
Always.
I nearly said green, but that would have been a mistake. The grey out of those CGI.
They are grey now. Yes,
with a bit of some white things on them. The tracking.
Yeah. Also, I remembered Catherine Zeta-Jones is in the Phantom, isn't she?
Do you know what? I've seen it once, and it were ages ago. I can't remember.
I believe she is, but she was considered for the role of Rose in Titanic.
Oh.
But it
wasn't Kate Winslet. It was like something like the third or fourth choice. As was Leonardo DiCaprio.
Kate Winslet, Claire Danes, Reese Witherspoon, loads of people were considered, but she sent
Michelle Pfeiffer.
She sent letters to
Andy Serkis,
James Cameron, every day, Little Mo from the Roly Polies. All of them were considered.
Ben Stiller.
Yeah. Sidney Poitier. All of them. All the people you'd expect were considered for Rose. But she sent James Cameron letters every day going, I'm 19 and I'll get them out. And he went, cool.
Only if my hand can draw that in that scene. Whoa, that's true, isn't it? It was his hand drawing the pictures.
Was it?
Yes.
Why?
That's a Titanic fact. That's a factanic for you.
That's weird, isn't it?
A Titanic, no. Fact time is better.
You've got to be careful. You're making up words on the spot. A what?
A tight
like a fact.
No, Phil, not a tight fanny. No.
Oh,
not a tight fanny, Phil.
Not on Father's Day, Phil.
Not on any day.
Have we asked all the questions? Did you?
No,
you
Phil's
both
not
ask
asked.
I didn't get a chance to ask a question because you waffled on with a load of crap.
He's having one of them nights. You two. Tread carefully. Remember what happened with the great conversation last week when he felt left out, when he could join in whenever he wanted, and he just sat there like that. Well, I wasn't involved.
By my own decision, I was not involved. So now I've got the
Look, you're still hijacking my question.
Everybody gets one of those tonight. At any point, this is a new rule for this show. At any point, whenever you want, you can lean forward and go, well, I wasn't involved. You get one.
Okay.
That's a new rule.
Write that down.
Well, I don't think I'm involved in my own question here.
Have you got a question, Phil?
I might have had one. I don't know now. You mentioned an old Phantom and a new Phantom, Eddie.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Who is playing the old and who is playing the new?
Well, there isn't a Phantom when he arrives, on account of him having gone France. But the new one, Michael B. Jordan.
Good choice.
He's a good actor, and I like him, so he can.
Creed
he can be that.
Creed,
yeah,
He's got muscles.
Oh yeah, and he's nails. So yeah, that'll work. Yep.
Cool. Well, we've got a fact checker. Daniel's just fact checked Titanic for us. That famous sketch of a naked rose wearing the heart of the ocean diamond was actually drawn by James Cameron. Additional facts coming up.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh.
More on that story at 11.
It's like we got IMDb live here. Cameron is left-handed, so he flipped the film to match the right-handed DiCaprio. That's how desperate he was to do it. True. Yeah. They were like, James, you're not the same. Did you say we're left-handed?
Shut up! I am drawing a nipple.
Yeah. Cameron's left-handed. Yeah. Well,
too many facts. Too many facts.
Two facts. No, one fact. That's too many. One fact, too many.
Hearsay.
Yeah, too many facts and anecdotes.
Oh. Well, I'll try to
Somebody's
keep it
got a
light
rag
after
mark
your
on tonight, haven't they?
after his hard historical drama. I thought we'd better try and have some facts, Anyway, let's get on to Natalie's now. Come on, the prequel. Here we go. I'll get you a minute on the clock. Are you ready for this? If you're just joining us, hang on. If you're just joining us, don't forget to leave your Terminator film titles for us in the comments, and we'll have a look at those later. We're on the Titanic prequels. It's Natalie's turn. A minute on the clock is ready for you.
Okay, so we're tying into Avengers. This is about the unsinkable Molly Brown. Someone is actually trying to sink her. Unknown to everyone, including Molly Brown, she has a mutant gene which causes every ship she gets on to sink. A bad guy befriends her, pretending to be nice, and finds out about her superpower and decides to use her as a weapon to sink boats, yachts, punts, and peddlers with prominent targets on for assassination. She can't understand why she gets so many strange invites to yacht and cruise holidays and why she never dies on any of the tragic sinkings that she's involved with. But just before she boards Titanic, having had an invitation to this mysterious cruise again, she finds out that the bad guy's really using her mutant powers for evil and decides she'll sink the Titanic with him locked in one of the rooms, and so he will die and never be able to use her powers again. There you go.
Okay. 55
# Avengers tie-in.
All right, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Questions then, Phil, Eddie, what have you got for us for Natalie?
So is Molly Brown the first mutant?
Molly Brown is the first mutant, and she doesn't know it.
That is Apocalypse. You know nothing. Shit.
Nerd!
No more
You are
questions,
such a nerd.
Nerd alert.
But she's like...
What? It's true.
no, she doesn't know she's a mutant.
Oh,
and she's
sorry.
one of the first mutant.
A canny lake bodger and badger. That's what we want more of, innit?
Accurate impression. Well done.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay.
so in the cinematic universe, Molly Brown is the first mutant.
Yes, but she
Sure.
doesn't realize until she realizes what's going on and decides to go on the Titanic to destroy the man whom is using her as a weapon for evil.
Evil.
So
Okay.
Evil, is that his name? Ernest Ville.
I mean, it can be, yeah.
Hello, I am Ernest Ville. You may call me Evil. No, I am not actually. Why?
Is he French as well?
If you're going to pronounce it that way.
That's where the accent was going. I just wondered.
He could be
could be anything.
Being a Cajun.
Could be anything. Eddie's accent. Do your Hagrid.
It's good. It's good.
It's good. That was Hagrid when he
I
shot.
can't tell you how much of a wizard you are, darling. You're going to learn all the spells and have a wand. Can you believe it?
Very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very good. Phil, have you got a question for Natalie?
Does she have any other mutant powers apart from the sinking of ships?
She never looks bad in a hat.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
she
a
never
great
looks
power.
bad in a hat,
Well,
isn't it? Isn't it?
If that makes you a mutant, then colour me a mutant.
I always look crap in a hat, so that would be my mutant power. Yeah, me too. I look like I'm about to commit a crime.
I look better in hats because it hides my hideous hair.
No.
Yeah, you should wear more.
I should. I'm going to start wearing hats all the time, even for this show.
You're going to be a hat guy from now on.
Yeah, I'm gonna every time I go in a room, it's going to be like Bond. I'm going to throw it, even if there's no hat hook. I'm just going to throw it at a wall and deal with it. You know.
Yeah, it's a good attitude.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We've got Eddie's caused a ruckus look already.
What?
Why is Eddie putting on a fake Italian accent?
Yeah, I agree.
Because I don't have a real one.
I don't know why.
It's the same reason you put on any kind of fake accent.
Why does it say translate?
Presumably, it was written in Italian.
Oh, and it's translated on Facebook. Does it do that? I didn't know that.
Perhaps, I don't know.
We're learning something every day. There we go. Right then,
Google.
It's time to vote. So everybody watching on Facebook, you can vote for your favourite ones. I'm going to give you a quick recap on your prequels there from the guys. So somebody's already voted there, but we'll do a recap anyway, and then we'll vote in the room. So recaps are: Phil's prequel was 1911. It was all about the Olympia, or was it the
Olympic RMS Olympic, the first of the three big ships?
Yeah. There was buzz around this big ship, maiden voyage, and Edward Smith was on it. Was it? He wasn't the captain though, was he? He was just on the ship.
He captained the maiden voyage of this before he did the Titanic. It's a true story, Chris.
True story. Chris Nolan directing it, and it was called Old Reliable, and there was a collision with two. Say again.
The nickname of the Olympic was Old Reliable.
So it was very factually based. This one, a bit of a steer away for Phil there, but. That's fine. It's fine. Okay. Eddie's was about Cal Hockley, who fights a leopard and then decides to be the Phantom. So the Phantom, the Billy Zane film crossover there, and then Andy Serkis is in it as the leopard.
Yeah.
About as long.
And Michael B. Jordan becomes the next Ghost Who Walks.
Yeah. Okay. So if you've seen the Phantom, you'll get some votes there. If not, you'll be going, "What the hell's the Phantom?"
It's a wonderful pulp hero.
Right. Comic
transition from the hard-boiled detective into the superhero genre.
A bit of interference there, I don't know. And Natalie's was about the unsinkable Molly Brown, Avengers tie-in. The bad guy uses superpower to sink ships. All ties in. So get your votes in on Facebook, and we'll add them up in a minute. We can vote in the room while we're here, first of all. So let's do that. I'm going to vote for. I'm going to vote for Nats. Me.
Thanks, friend.
I like the.
I'm going to vote for Eddie's because I like the leopard.
Well, thank you. I'm going to vote for Phil's because I think it would be nice to have a film where one of Edward Smith's successes is recorded and not just that notable failure of his. Seems only fair, doesn't it?
I'm going to vote for Eddie because I like the way he drafted in Andy Serkis as the leopard. I think that would be a great move.
He does a good animal. He was great in the Planet of the Apes films.
He was.
So, you know.
Cool.
And-
Okay, let's go. Oh, go on, Phil.
And that hit me with your rhythm stick.
Oh yeah, he was great as Ian Jury in Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll.
Right, we've got we've got some votes, so let's have a look at these. So Alan has voted for Phil. There you go. Thank you, Alan. Let's have a look what else we got. The Forests, here we go. Eddie for Little Mo, shout out. And then Natalie.
Thanks, Janet.
Quality hat reference. Closest one this first round. It's very close. Roberto's voted for Phil, obviously, because he hates Eddie now. Vote for Nat. Oh, it's even this. It's the closest round we've ever had. I can't believe it.
Damn it, Bob.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, did you, Nat?
Swooped in. Oh, here we go. Lisa. Hello, Lisa. You all right? Nice to see you.
Oh, Lisa.
Old Reliable wins for that.
Lisa,
why? Wow. Oh, hang on. We got more votes here. Another one for Phil. Daniel for Phil. And he's also put up the borough. Up the borough.
Quite. Well, like down the borough at the minute.
Right. Believe it or not, Phil has won with his epic thing. You won the first round, Phil. Well done. Just shows, doesn't it? Pays sometimes to go serious, Phil. Well done. So it's everything to play for still. We're going to move on to the next round, the sequels this evening. So same thing again. All the panels going to pitch us a minute long sequel to Titanic. It's everything to play for tonight still. Don't forget, if you're playing along at home, we'll get your votes as well as we go for the rounds. And also, leave us a Terminator film title, anything you like. So Terminator, I don't know, Bandstand Day.
Great example there, Chris. Wow.
I don't know why I thought of a bandstand.
Oh, Lord.
My brother-in-law proposed to my sister in a bandstand.
Oh, well, there you go. I keep wanting to click your menu at the side of you.
Yeah, what's on your menu, Eddie?
Change it to Italian.
I've got, I think it would... Menu's the same word in Italian. But anyway, it's because my camera
I didn't fucking know that.
is not very good, so it doesn't have a clean HDMI out, but it only has the word menu next to me. So
the only setting it would have is Spanish. Am I right? Am I right, guys?
And that's the same word. In
get over with your wordplay.
Every episode, you should just hold up a blank piece of folded card in front of it, like it is a food menu.
Just like soup of the day. Yeah,
doing it live from a guitar restaurant.
Yeah.
A really shit version of a Hard Rock Coffee.
Would you care for a Squire Stratocaster in a jus?
Live from the Hard on Dirty Spoon.
Right then. Okay, let's get on to the sequels. Enough of this banter. Yes. Nobody's used the phrase
so
yet.
Long.
Nobody's used the phrase yet. I was hoping somebody do it. Right then. So sequels, 1 minute pitches, please. We're going to start off with Eddie. So I'm going to get you a minute on the clock. Your sequel for Titanic. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Then away you go.
Titanic 2, Titanica. Michael Bay's take on Titanic. Because obviously Titanic the Unsinkable was sunk by a rather, let's say, Islamic fundamentalist looking iceberg. Michael Bay doesn't like it, so he's going to change it. So Captain Mark Wahlberg spends the film smacking icebergs out of the way with his red, white, and blue dick. This time, the ship is even bigger, and there are literally thousands of icebergs who all hate America. Megan Fox does loads of Irish dancing in sort of little pants, but with dead eyes and no emotion. And then the US military arrive and gun the ice into bits. All the icebergs speak with exaggerated ethnic accents, and then it's the 4th of July.
I'm just checking, that was the sequel, wasn't it? Not the...
Yeah, it's the sequel because the Titanic sunk. So they set out on the Titanica to take out some revenge on the iceberg.
Okay, all right.
No, it is a Michael Bay vehicle, but he's obviously not going to remake Titanic because that's stupid. But he is going to do his sequel where they take out all of their aggression on this you know, this invading force of lots of ice.
Okay, all right, cool. Right then. Okay, questions. Phil and Natalie, have you got any questions for Eddie?
I do.
For his
Is there
epic?
going to be a really long, really drawn out, extremely violent and bloody iceberg Wahlberg fight?
There will be a bit
One-on-one.
where Wahlberg and an iceberg. It's going to be called Berg Head, because where the bergs come to a head, and he's just going to punch and knob an iceberg to pieces, while some hippie libtards from Greenpeace go, "No, not the iceberg," and he's going to go, "Yes, the iceberg," and cut it in half with his libertarian-leaning knob.
Exactly not what I expected, but okay, fair enough. Yeah.
But it's what you needed, not what
Yes,
you
it is what I
expected.
needed. I realise that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Phil, have you got a question?
Is there any chance like the icebergs could be transformers?
They could transform into smaller amounts of ice, or at a push, water.
Okay.
In fact, what he'll do, I imagine there'll be a bit where he starts like putting extra nasty fossil fuels in the Titanica, not like Metallica, but more Titanic ER. Put like extra fossil fuels in there so that the greenhouse gases cause the icebergs to melt. So they'll transform into just cool water like Davidoff.
Can't the Titanic be a transformer itself? Can't it like?
Oh
that
yeah.
would be
Oh,
cool.
the ship could easily turn into some sort of Poseidon-shaped.
That's what he'd do,
robot.
innit? If it were.
Yeah.
Could Megan Fox's tiny shorts transform into nothing, and she's just stood there in nothing?
Well, she will be
getting back on
having
form now.
a lovely Irish dancing party, so probably.
And could it be surrounded by lots of Irishmen going, "Look at the fucking shots on her"?
There could be lots of small Irish chickens if you like. Yep.
Good. Yep. No, I think you've answered all.
Welcome back, Phil. Welcome back.
He's back. He's back in the game.
Welcome back. Here he is.
What am I sorry?
He only took one round. He didn't mention any next so far, though.
If your sequel turns out to be some sort of PTSD-ridden, like character psychological analysis of the surviving crew members, then you're going to look very silly having asked that question, Phil.
Well, we'll find out. You've got Roberto's really got it in for you, Eddie. Do you know what that says? I don't speak Italian, as you pointed out.
I'm assuming that's he's got a shit Italian impression.
That is one shit Italian impression.
Yeah.
Not everything's about you, Roberto, but thanks for watching.
Still off to play for. Right then, we're going to move on to Nat's sequel, please.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this? I'll get you a minute on the clock. Away you go.
This is called Titanic 2, Jack's Vengeful Ghost. It's a few years after Titanic sunk. Rose, under her new name Rose Dawson, is trying to create a new life in America from scratch, but strange things begin to happen. Doors slam shut when she approaches them, but no one's touched them. Cupboard doors in her kitchen are left open when she's sure she's shut them. Suddenly, puddles of water begin to appear, and seaweed is left in the most unusual of places. New friends are found dead, some killed by armies of crabs or turbot, seemingly from nowhere. Finally, Rose goes to a psychic who reveals she's being haunted by Jack's vengeful spirit because he could have fit on the door. He could have fit on the door. He wants Rose to join him in his watery grave because she let go. So after a complicated ritual, they manage to trap the spirit of Jack in the heart of the ocean, and that is why she needs to throw it back into the Atlantic where his ghost can rest for eternity. There you go.
Okay, very nice.
Bit of a horror movie thing for you there.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that mean, this is my question, by the way, does that mean that when he tells her at the end, you're going to die in your own bed, that was a threat rather than sort of a comforting... No, he didn't mean it's not your time to die now. He goes, I will find you and you will die in the place you think is safest. Yeah.
Yes, because frankly, she only let him make one try to get on that door, and then he was having a hang there like that, like, oh, ooh, I'm so good. Taking all this
the whole time, his core temperature plummeting as he was in the icy North Atlantic.
And he was furious, and he
Yeah.
was shaking, and she thought he was shaking from cold, but
No.
it was from vengeance and wrath.
Apoplectic with rage.
Yes,
Yeah.
but then sadly he died before he could strangle her to death,
Yeah.
and so he has to come back from the grave.
It makes his death more tragic that he didn't achieve that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a massive door, isn't it? It's
Yeah, he could
really
have gone
big
that
door.
far.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
a really luxurious, massive boat, this Titanic.
Yeah.
yeah,
She
it's
wasn't
strange one,
trying.
that. You think he'd have put a smaller door when he was filming it, wouldn't you? You know, Cameron would have gone.
Oh,
Let's
it'd
put
been
it-
snapped or something, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it was big. Might as well have it back at ship with her hanging on it, going, nope, get off.
A
Just
whole
kicking at
dinghy
him.
to herself. Oh, no.
Yeah, one whole
Hitting him
life.
with air.
Yeah.
Hitting him,
No,
get off.
what was this?
There's no room.
Can I,
Get off, all of you.
can I be part of this conversation, please?
Yes, chip in, Phil. Have you got a little bit of a sketch or something about the back of the boat or the on the door?
No.
That's your lead. No, then no, you can't. You
No,
stay
fuck
quiet.
Whoever-
Have you got a question?
Yes, I've got a question.
Go on. Sorry.
How big are your crabs?
Oh, well, they're only tiny. This is why they're so dangerous, because they just appear out of nowhere. These tiny, tiny little crabs. I know what kind of crabs you're thinking, but it can't be
No,
that.
no.
It's got to be normal, like crabs, crab, like that. Yeah, they're tiny. And then when they've finished, like, biting bits off people and, like, chewing out their eyes and things, they then scuttle away.
They're
Oh,
yeah, the
swarming.
turbo.
Oh, you
I
said
understand that means a different thing now, yeah.
you said the magic
Yeah.
word for Phil, scuttle.
Yeah.
Scuttle.
Other purposes. I understand that now.
Yeah.
Scuttling. Cool. Okay. Right. Yeah, you've asked your questions, haven't you? Let's
I like the way Chris thinks that the word scuttle is a trigger, like an alcoholic hearing the pop of a Scotch bottle just opening.
No,
The pop, you're like, what is that?
I'm like a sleeper agent, and when he uses that code word, I just go into ultimate filth mode.
yeah.
The man
Activate.
All the filth.
Oh dear. Right then, I just did a Sid James laugh then.
Yeah. See, it's rubbing off.
Do apologise. Hagrid, yeah, Hagrid. Right then, okay. Phil, it's your sequel. Are you ready for this? I'm going to get you a minute on the clock.
Stick with
Away.
one.
Away you go.
Titanic 2111. Okay, it's 200 years since the sinking of the Titanic. The world is now a dystopian mess following nuclear war between North USA and South USA. Trump sent all the ones he doesn't like to the south, which is Kansas downwards, just if you're wondering. The seas are rising and land is shrinking, a bit like Waterworld, but not as shit. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is Rodrigo Smith, a descendant of Titanic captain Edward Smith, and also a leading deep-sea action man. Using incredible futuristic technology, Rodrigo raises the Titanic and transforms it into the ultimate warship to fight the evil futuristic pirates, the Bastardos. The core of the ship is powered by a nudie painting of Winslet because in the future, soft porn can be harvested into nuclear energy. Lots of epic sea battles and mutated sea monsters, an iceberg made of steel, and Winslet's tits.
He's back.
He's back. Here we
He's
go.
back.
Okay. I didn't have room to make notes on all that. It was so.
That's unlike you, Chris. Yeah, just write a random word down. Phil, we'll go through your pitch. Monkey nuts, trousers, underwear.
That was your pitch.
Yeah, that's good.
That was better than that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was
It was
last
all
week.
right, yeah.
That was last week's.
So we
Funny
will.
at the end. Right, cool. Questions for Phil then, please.
Yeah, I've got one. So obviously, when the Rock Johnson, that's his new name.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Hey, I'm not the Dwayne Johnson.
It's his new name now. Everyone knows that. Losers. When he was a wrestler, he had a catchphrase, which, if you smell what the Rock is cooking, what's going to be his catchphrase in this film?
He goes,
And will it be cookery related?
it is. It's kind of, he goes, the sea is rising, or is it boiling? That's what he says.
Right. I don't think he's got the same ring as Can You Smell What the Rock is cooking.
He just keeps saying that, and people next to him go, "Yeah, mate, yeah. Ooh, know what you mean, mate." Ooh, yeah. Good.
Right. Okay. Maybe you could tie it into Under Siege, and he could be the ship's cook.
Oh, man.
No.
I knew we won't go for that. I knew we won't go for that.
Although I would consider giving The Rock a Seagal ponytail.
Oh,
Because it's the future. It could be fashionable there.
it could be.
They might not have an
I
option.
argue with that.
Scissors might have all been left in the north.
Yeah, and there might not be any sea-based hairdressers.
That's true.
Um,
I think it's why the Navy are the only ones allowed to have facial hair in it.
And Marines.
have you got a question for Phil?
Yes, I do. So, how long does this? What's the sort of power structure of the US now that that they've had this civil war?
Yeah, it's been a bad one. I won't lie, Eddie. Trump, he started it rolling. He was an absolute shitbag. And he built a wall right the way across the middle of the USA.
Across the Mason-Dixon line.
Kansas, Arkansas, all of them, Texas, right the way across.
All the places that voted for him.
Yeah, he'd had enough of them. He thought, I'm going to keep New York. I'm going to keep that part.
He's a local boy, isn't he? Hometown
it's a shame I'm losing Florida and California, but I'm not bothered. But he just sends all of the people he doesn't like, which could be a variety of races and genders and anything really.
It could change as to whether he thinks they looks at him funny. And,
so he's trying to create his own sort of Trump-Aryan race, Trump-Arians as he calls them. And then he died, and then some other bigot took over. I don't know who yet. And then
one of his daughter wives.
Could be, daughter. Yeah. But yeah, it's bad, and it was a bad war, and with global, the electric vehicle boom didn't happen, so people went back onto fuel, and next thing you know, the world's dying, and there was a nuclear war, and it's just all water, apart from the odd bit of land. I think Scarborough was all right.
Just the castle.
Scarborough's always all right, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was okay too.
Yeah.
Okay. Right then. After that, it's time to vote.
I really upset Chris with that pitch. I could tell.
Yeah, it's a bit doom and gloom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because she insulted Waterworld. I mean, straight out of the bat, straight away, you went. It's not. It's better than Waterworld. Because they were like, what?
It is. Come on, Waterworld is shit.
Yeah, I know, but Costner's always all right, isn't he? Give him a break.
All right.
He were only doing what he could with it. Anyway, let's talk about Waterworld anymore. Right then, let's vote. So I'll give you
a whole show. If you look on YouTube, there's a whole show where we spend an hour talking about Waterworld. So look for old episodes. So in the old format, there's a prequel, sequel, requel, Waterworld. And all of our feelings are made clear there.
Yeah.
We've got a vote in, and I don't know whether it's for Nat or for Eddie.
Hang on, we'll have a look in a minute at that. Don't worry.
Oh,
right,
so looking.
I know he's. How are you looking at that? I thought I was the only person who could see that.
Oh, I am right.
Chris,
is he on Facebook looking at comments? There's no surprise, Phil. Stop peeking. He's like. I bet he goes down on Christmas Eve and he opens up presents.
Yeah, he does.
I bet he does. I bet he's one of them.
I bet he goes down on Christmas Eve and seduces the presents.
Are you a peeker, Phil? Be honest.
I'm actually a Jehovah's Witness, so
yeah, Chris. Nice, Chris. Nice tolerance there, Chris. Nice.
Well, that backfired on me, didn't it? Right, let's vote. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick recap. Don't forget, vote on Facebook. We'll have a look at them in a minute. So get your votes in as a recap. Right, the sequels then. So Eddie's was Titanic, starring Mark Wahlberg with Megan Fox, and it was a Michael Bay joint.
It was.
Mark Wahlberg punching icebergs, Megan Fox dancing in little pants to Irish music. It was the 4th of July, an army of icebergs taking on Titanic. And it might be a Transformer as well, we've decided.
Very possible.
Possibly, yeah. Nats was Jack's Vengeful Ghost. That was the subtitle. Rose was in the USA, and all her friends are being killed by sea-related incidents. We'll find out she's haunted by Jack's ghost, and it was all because she won't let him on the bloody big door.
It's not just water.
Yeah.
It's not just murder. It's wet murder.
Wet murder. Then Phil's was Titanic 2111. Nuclear wars obliterated the world as water now. It's like water world, only better. It's got The Rock in it. And the raise the Titanic, and there's a bad gang called the Bastardos, and then there's a big battle with sea monsters and everything's thrown into it.
Pirates, the Bastardos, yeah.
Pirates, the Bastardos, right? Okay,
yeah.
So get your votes in on Facebook, and we'll tally that up in a second. Right then, what do we think in the room? Let's see what we got.
I'm stuck.
I'm voting for Natalie because I like the happy-go-lucky Rose all of a sudden finding she can't make friends because everyone's being murdered wetly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eddie.
Yeah.
I was enjoying that.
I quite like that idea as well. Yeah, I'm going to go for that.
Thanks, Chris.
I'm going to vote for Nat as well because it was a really nice pitch.
Sweep the board there with that one. Who are you voting for now?
I think
myself.
I'm really, I'm really.
I'm going to vote for myself because it were ace.
It was the best one. I do love Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Phil. I do, but I just need to see Mark Wahlberg kicking the shit out of an iceberg with his dick. So I think I'm going to vote for Eddie just for that image. I'm sorry, Phil.
Telling him to shut up as well. Shut up, iceberg.
Yeah. Oh yeah, proper like skitting the iceberg as he does it. Yeah.
Right, let's have a look at votes online then. Here we go. We've got if you smell what the chef is cooking, that was earlier.
He's not a chef.
Roberto's voted for Cat.
Yeah, this is where I thought, is he voting for Nat or is he voting for Eddie's shirt?
I always like cats, but yeah.
I reckon it's for Nat that.
Thank you, Roberto.
One letter typo in it, surely. What do you mean? What's on your shirt? Leopard. Oh, right. Yeah.
Leopard print.
Cats later.
I'll make a decision on that. Right then, let's have a look. Anna, not the iceberg. Eddie gets my vote. There you go. Like you knobbing the iceberg there from
unexpected icebergs and knobs.
Thanks, Bob.
Bob's voted for Nat.
He's remembered what side his bread started.
Phil.
Yes, I would, Lisa, very much. Of course.
I hope you would consider adding climate change. Yes, very good, very good. Okay,
I think you touched on that when we were asking the questions and stuff.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
Martin, I vote for Kevin Rouser.
Well,
thanks for coming, Martin. We really appreciate it, mate. That's
going to be between me and Eddie.
I guess is it Kevin? Are we on about Kevin Costner? I guess that's a vote for Phil. Because we mentioned Kevin Costner for Waterworld. I'm trying to decipher that. I don't know.
I'll have it.
You'd take that, yeah. That's fine. Nat's niece has voted for Revenge on the Iceberg. So that's Eddie's, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's being cryptic with it. Instead of putting people's names, they're giving us a little. I like this one that mentioned.
As the crow flies.
Yeah. I like that Rose's friends died of sea-related incidents.
My first is Daniel. In tree, but never in wood.
Daniel, nice one.
Thanks, Daniel.
Okay, yeah. Janet's vote for Eddie.
Careful.
Yeah, okay.
Careful, Nat. The Forester asking us around for a wife swap. Careful.
Thank you, Michael. Eddie, I'm up for it if you're up for it.
Well, obviously, I'm up for it. Yeah.
I've lost the vote. Kevin Costner's watching.
Hang on, mate. Wait a minute. This ties in with that. I vote Kevin Rouser, and then Kevin Rouser's put a question. So somebody's got a vote who's not even in the room. But
well done.
It's never happened in the history of the show. No audience member has got a vote, but you have now.
Well yeah, right now. That's only fair.
Well done, Kevin. You got one there.
We're baffled as well, Kev, but you might as well take it, mate.
Take that, mate. That's a vote. Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Well done. Right, so after that, Nat has won that. You got 7, Nat. Well done.
Oh,
so it's everything still to play for. Phil won the first round. Nat won the second round. We're going into the Requels. I'm getting so excited because everything's to play for. Anybody can still win tonight. I can't believe it. Anyway, my signal will probably cut out in a minute. Right then, so we're going to move into the Requels. So reboot, reimagination of the film, whatever you want to do with this. And what we'll do is we'll get some more votes in. Don't forget to join in later on. We're looking for Terminator titles off you guys watching on Facebook. Anything you like. Terminator 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give it a subtitle and we'll have a look at them as we get to that section. But for now, we're going to do the requels. So now I'm going to start with you this time.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you a minute on the clock. You ready for this? Yeah,
it's going to be pretty quick, this one.
You say that every time. Don't worry. Don't worry. As long as the content's there, it don't matter.
All right, babes.
All right. Right then. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yep.
Inbox me, babes.
Go.
So, prequel. I want the film Titanic to be playing exactly the same as it is, like the whole plot, everything the same. But at the same time, I want Sandra Bullock and Jason Patrick to be doing Speed 2 on the Titanic, trying to stop William Dafoe from driving it into the iceberg to get loads of money for him and his leeches to live happy ever after, like in Speed 2. So there's going to be Rose, Jack, and Cal all being like, ooh, bad guys, good guys. And then there's going to be Sandra, Jason, and William, and they're going to have their own thing going on. And occasionally there'll be scenes where they all cross, but they won't really quite know whose film it is. And then at the end, Kate and Sandra have a big fight to get on the door.
Wow.
That's my requel, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right. Yeah. I got it.
Natalie's playing the old Speed 2 card. Very shrewd. Very shrewd. Surefire winner.
Yes, clever.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah.
Clever, but it's all still to play for.
Hats off.
I may have to pull out the old Police Academy 4 card.
Surely Police Academy 5, Assignment Miami Beach would be more appropriate. The ship gets detoured and they all turn up while Jones is going, that was ship engine.
Yeah, the iceberg is just an impression of an iceberg, Jones.
Yeah.
Crashes into an impression.
Questions for Nat then. Okay, let's go. Come on, what have you got? You've got to put her on the spot here because that was a bit of a Speed 2 wild card, you're right.
It was, yeah. So, because obviously there's one person trying to make the boat go faster and some other people who are trying to reduce the speed of the boat, how does that play out? Because I don't know, there's going to be decks full of engineers all shoveling coal and all that kind of stuff. So how does Willem Dafoe get around dealing with all of those things?
He uses his leeches. So, like, there he is, this guy shoveling coal, like, into the burners like this. And then suddenly there's, like, a tickle and he looks down and he's covered in leeches. So he has to put his shovel down and go get all the leeches off. And then that stops him from putting coal in there. So the leeches are distracting the people shoveling coal. And then the officers are like, why aren't you shoveling coal? And so they get the leeches off and they start shoveling coal.
What's with this guy? Why ain't he shoveling coal?
Why ain't he shoveling coal? We got to get to New York. I want to get to New York. We got to get there on Tuesday. Like that. Yeah, that's what's happening. And William Dafoe has taken over the deck of the Titanic, obviously, like he does in Speed 2. But the captain knows what he's up to. And that's why he ends up dying, because William Dafoe kills him.
Does he also do it to Madonna on top of a car, like in Body of Evidence?
But instead of using wax, he just fires flares into her.
No more questions, thank you. That's cool.
Flares into her. I'll just make a note of that.
Very similar to Eddie's. What
is it about firing things into somebody?
What is the trigger point of knots that the ship faces destruction?
That is worth.
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a test of your nautical knowledge.
Well, in the film Titanic, they get up to 21 knots, which is absolutely fine. But if it creeps over 22 and they stop the boat explodes. And there's no Keanu Reeves. So what are they going to do? Exactly.
If you'd have took the Speed 1 scenario, I'd have been all over that.
So, sorry, just to clarify, rather than ask another question, if the boat goes below a certain speed, it'll explode. But if it goes over a certain, or if it just continues at speed, it will crash into an iceberg and kill everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going at 21 knots.
A lot more perilous.
It is. So it's going at 21 knots. If it goes over 22 knots, the bomb is armed because it's attached to the wheel. And so when it goes too fast, the bomb is armed. But then because there's no Keanu Reeves, then it will just explode because he can't stop it from slowing down when it hits the iceberg. And
it's also the boat from the Lost World with the T-Rex in the compartment.
Now you're just being silly, Chris.
Sorry.
Now you're being silly.
And all of the crew decide they don't want to work there anymore because it is also the bounty.
Yeah.
I feel like you're not respecting my vision anymore. I feel like I'm no longer a part of this conversation.
Side of the ship and start going.
I'd like Chris, I'd like
Lisa, it's any Terminator title you want, so anything you like, you can call it.
The next one in the franchise, Terminator 18, if you like.
Yeah. Cool.
Right. Give me back my clothes, like something like that.
Like that, yeah. Okay, right then. You've done your questions, aren't you? Okay, let's move on. Phil's next, please. I'm going to get you a minute on the clock.
Yep.
You ready for this? For your requel? Away you go.
Okay, so my requel is a very, very similar storyline to the original film, but it's more modernized and it's set on the QE2 in 1998. And, Rose she still gets her bangers out in it, right? But she's played by Jane McDonald, and it's a musical. It's a musical version as well. Jack is played by Michael Ball. And you can see where I'm going with this now. It becomes very much. It's directed by Lloyd Webber, but with a little bit of an extra treat of McDonald's bangers in it as well.
Very good.
So Jack is back in this. Is he back as a ghost or is he alive?
It's a remake of the film.
Yeah.
It's not a sequel or a prequel.
Does he die at the end?
Well, yeah, he does. Yeah, he dies exactly the same way as he dies in.
But he probably does a big song at the end.
Yeah, he's
in the
singing,
water, doesn't he? Yeah.
At the end, and then he can't get on top of the floating pinball machine.
The floating pinball machine
instead of the door.
Right.
Okay, that's changed my question. What franchise is the pinball machine of?
1998. This could win your votes. It's what?
Sega.
It's a Sega.
Oh.
What Sega is it? That's my
Sonic.
question. Sonic Pinball.
Yep.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, interesting.
I was aiming for Adam's Family, but yep, that's good too.
It's an interesting answer. That
or maybe Kiss.
Right, cool. Good. Okay. Nat, have you got a question for Phil?
No. Yeah, no, my question was like, was he dead? Was he alive at the end?
Yeah, she asked.
And maybe an extra question.
Sorry.
And Adam's question would be, what song is he singing as he's drowning to death?
It's a new written special musical song for that moment, which I don't have access to any of the lyrics at present.
Oh, shame.
I've got an extra question. Which so Lloyd Webber, musician, does all the music, but always has someone do the lyrics for him. So who would be most likely to do the lyrics? Would it be Gary Barlow, Shaggy, or Michael Barrymore, who was yet to be disgraced at this point?
Three very good options there, but you also forgot about my choice, which is Stormzy.
Stormzy in 1998. He'd have been about 9, wouldn't he?
He was a young up and coming grime artist.
Before the genre had even, he was good.
He was forming it. But before that, he wrote a lot of musicals. I don't know if you know anything about Stormzy.
Wow.
He was a bit of a child prodigy for writing.
I have often felt there's a lot of Broadway vibes to what Stormzy does. That is fair, actually.
Michael was too busy with lots of them game shows he was doing at the time. So
he was busy.
Yeah.
So you've answered them quite. You seem quite informed on all that. That's fine.
I know, Chris.
Yeah, that was good. Right then, let's move on then to Eddie's Requel. Don't forget, if you've got a Terminator suggestion, now's your time to fire them into the comments. We'll have a look at them. Eddie, I'm going to put your minute on the clock for your Requel. You ready?
Yep.
Away you go.
So, the starship Titanic is about to launch its maiden voyage with its brand new faster-than-light engines. Captain Headstrong tells Navigator, Mr. Cautious, and Ensign Panic that the frozen asteroid field is safe and to stop being whoopsies. His word, not mine. Meanwhile, Jack Skillion, a plucky space explorer, falls for a Titbot 4000 series. And they dance to some Venetian folk dancing. And he downloads a drawing of her wearing a computer chip, and then everything crashes. There's only one escape pod, and Jackillian bungs Titbot in it, even though there's more than enough room for him. And throughout all of it, bravely, the MP3 player plays on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Questions then? Nat, Phil, what have you got?
I'm a bit confused. Could you do it all again?
Yeah.
No.
The Starship Titanic. Which bits are confusing you, Phil?
There was lots of words.
Yeah. About a minute's worth. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you used to describe your films, but yeah, I did use some words.
Pictures.
Who's going to be the voice of the Titbot 4000?
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence is very sassy. She could manage it. Or, well, obviously, David Williams isn't allowed to black up anymore. But so he'll probably try and do all of the things that he isn't jobs before he's not allowed to do those either. But I wouldn't let him, because I think, and this is coming from me, the man is a vulgar show-off.
Corden could do it.
He fucking
Hulk Hogan. What?
Hulk Hogan.
Could Hulk Hogan?
Oh, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I'll let him do it. No, he's a prick as well, actually. No,
yes, he is.
He's an unpleasant man. But, yeah. No, James Corden will not do it either. No.
Strong casting choices there,
yeah. My casting choices are mainly who is not going to be in my film. So everyone else I'm happy with.
Corden will still send an audition tape, won't he, no matter what.
And then he'll hang around with all the lads who play football, even though they call him a big fat bender, but he laughs as if he doesn't mind.
Ooh,
penis that man is.
Gosh.
It's a bit of Corden hate there, a lot of Corden hate going on. This seems to have steered away from what... Right.
It has, you're right, yeah. We're talking about fun things like thousands of people dying in cold water. Sorry, Nat.
It's okay. No, you answered my question. Thank you. My casting question feels...
Oh, that was it. Yeah, sorry.
Sufficiently answered.
Yeah.
Phil, have you got a question? You've asked already?
He just is confused, wasn't he? Bless him.
Yeah, just confused. Any more questions quick before...
It's like one of those spaceship films that you don't like, Phil.
Wasn't there... there was a thing called...
fiction of science.
I know you do.
There was a thing called Starship Titanic already.
I think there was, yeah.
It was a video game, but I think it was based on the book as well. So
yeah.
Has Eddie fabricated his story?
You've turned in another boy's work as your own. No, I purposefully didn't look into that. But those ones are about the ship, but they don't have the Jack and Rose characters, etc. So
okay,
that's where that plot goes in. The idea of a large thing crashing, Poseidon Adventure, you could accuse that of it as well,
No, we're accusing you of it.
Yeah, I know. But and I'm saying I will be in fine company. Way to
deflect attention, Eddie.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it,
you could say Star Wars ripped off, any other space movie that came out before Star Wars.
Well, it was the hero's journey, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah. Anyway, let's vote. Come on. Right then. Are you ready for this? If you're playing along on Facebook, then put your votes in now, and I'll do you a quick recap. So Nat's was same film, Speed 2, basically, crossover between them both. William Dafoe and his leech friends. They were driving into an iceberg. And Kate Winslet and Sandra Bullock have a fight over the door at the end. Phil's was the QE2 in 1998, starring Jane McDonald and Michael Ball as a musical, and you get to see Jane McDonald's bangers as a bit of a bonus. Is that a bonus? We don't know. We don't know.
Is that what it says on the poster? Or just the trailer?
Now in 3D, get to see Jane McDonald.
The trailer doesn't contain any footage from the film. It's just Jane McDonald going, "Hiya, you get to see him."
Yeah.
What am I like?
You don't
honestly.
If you've not seen Victoria Wood's Jane McDonald spoof, it is hilarious. Check it out on YouTube. So funny that. Quick plug there for that. It's brilliant. Right then, Eddie's was Starship Titanic. Might have been ripped off title. Frozen Asteroids. Jack and his Titbot 4000. Yep. He throws the Titbot in an escape pod, even though there's loads of room. Saves its life, and the MP3 plays on at the end. The MP3 player plays on. So get your votes in now. We'll have a look at those in a sec. Let's vote in the room. Right, what have we got?
Let's have a think. In a very difficult position because those are two very appealing pitches that I've been left to choose between. It's very hard.
Struggling too. I'm struggling too.
I'm going to vote for Phil's. I've made my decision. The Jane McDonald and Michael Ball thing. I think that'd be funny.
There's not been enough music in this episode, so yeah, I'm going to go Phil's as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Jane McDonald's bangers has got it for everyone, so I'll vote Phil.
Right.
Something everyone can enjoy.
If it were a neck bot, he'd have got an extra vote. Neck bot 5000. Right, let's have a look at our votes on here. Let me just scroll back. Here we go. Got a few Terminators in nice. Oh, we got a quick fact check from Daniel. He's our checker tonight, apparently. Stormzy began rapping at the age of 11 in 1998. He was 5.
Oh, Daniel, go on, lads.
Oh, yeah, so he still had 6 years to write musicals between the age of 5 and 11.
Yeah.
Nice to see Phil's medication's finally kicked in. 2 votes for Phil. Nice, very good. Roberto's back on track. James Corden, nice. Does that mean he's voted for you, Eddie?
No. Not if he's a fan of James Corden. He'll think I'm a dreadful man.
No, I think he's saying he likes the fact that
I don't think that's a vote. No, I think he's just.
No, it's definitely not a vote because we've got his vote here. I like British Bangers and Mash. Vote Phil.
Oh, Abbey Road, sign at the back. Will you please put Bodger and Badger away?
It's just Badger. Bodger's on the back.
Oh, we got a vote for Nat there. Don't want to see.
Oh, thank you, Anna.
Anna don't want to see Jane's bangers. Oh, no. Even though it's advertised on the poster, we don't want to see him.
She wouldn't mind. Jane wouldn't mind.
Jane would be fine, wouldn't she? She'd be loving it.
Thank you,
in 1998, I wish I had.
Here we go. Nat wins because she made me laugh out loud. Special mention for Eddie because he was true to the original plot. All could be improved by or not enunciating, but it's an actually popular theme song. Very good. Okay.
Basically saying no mention of Phil.
Oh my god.
Is that Last of the Summer Wine?
Just playing the tin whistle.
That's good. That would anybody have any song titles for a new song for a Titanic remake? Very quickly. No.
It's wet.
Where love never dries.
Wet love.
Right. So hang on, let's see. Phil, you won that round.
Oh,
so Phil is our overall winner for tonight's episode. Well done, Phil. Quick round of applause there.
This down.
I know.
We'll never live this down.
We'll move on quickly before he starts, enjoying it too much. Roberto hates you tonight, Eddie. He's really from my ears. And ow,
I'm with you, Roberto. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Unless that's just like ow, that's cool.
No, Daddy. Right, let's get on to the audience section now. So Terminator suggestions. Let's have a look what we got. I'll start from the bottom and work his way backwards. We got Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Very good start. Yeah,
I can't fault it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll go and see it.
You've got a hit on your hands, Roberto. I mean, that just sounds
And maybe this is an exciting court drama. You don't know.
What about Rise of the Machines? That'd be a good.
Go on. You've got do something with that if you can.
Yeah, this is a court drama, isn't it? This is obviously a court drama.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe it's a hybrid with Judge Dredd.
Oh, Judge Judy! Oh my God!
We'll come back to Anna's then. Go on, keep
maybe
with
it could be maybe Judge Judy could be in Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Well,
Judge Dredd sounds a bit better.
What?
I mean, better, different, but not necessarily better.
Just get all the judges in it.
Get Judge Rinder in as well.
Judge Rinder, Judge Judy.
Judge, what's that one Christopher Lloyd plays in?
Judge Doom.
Judge Doom, thank you.
What about the one out of Beverly Hills Cop?
Judge Nelson, is it? No.
Is Judd Nelson?
Nobody knows.
Judge. You mean Judd Nelson?
Judd Nelson.
Who's the guy out of Beverly Hills Cop? Judge
Reinhold.
Is he in Beverly Hills Cop?
Beverly Hills Cop?
Yeah. What are you on about? Oh. Phil, shut up.
He is.
Do you mean the actor?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not Judge Judy?
Yeah. Why don't you go to the next one, Chris? Why don't you?
Hang on. Where's Daniel when you need him? Fact check who's in Beverly Hills Cop. I know what you mean. The guy in Gremlin. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. Judge Reinhold.
Yeah. What did I say? Who's Judge Nelson?
Why is everyone so shocked by that suggestion?
Judge
I know you remember. I couldn't remember his name. Anyway, let's keep going.
Judge John Deed.
Let's not just name judges all night now.
Fair. I think we come to the end.
Runs out of WD-40. So,
oh, cool. Does that mean that Arnie's going to be stood there like the Tin Man, just going, Oil can.
Maybe you could have a selection of Terminators with all the characters from Wizard of Oz as their personalities. So you have one that ain't got a heart.
Oh, nice. And a really frightened Terminator.
Yeah. Put him up, John Connor. Put him up.
That'd be good.
I need your clothes, your motor. I need your clothes, your motorcycle, and your ruby slippers.
Oh, Andy, yeah. Oh. Just Dorothy falling into lava just with a thumb up at the end.
What a world.
What about
oh. Terminator in Love. Is that like Shakespeare?
I be a Terminator in love.
He could come with me if you want to get laid.
That would be dangerous, though. I wouldn't want the Terminator to do that to me.
Yeah. I like the idea of the Terminator sitting there with little boy in the Public Enemy T-shirt, just going. But maybe if I just texted her, that wouldn't seem so needy or anything. He's like, no, man, you gotta just chill out. Let her call you. I don't know. She's not spoken to me for days. I'm thinking this might be bad. It'd be kind of nice.
No, I just can't get
a Terminator is capable of love because at the end, as we know, Terminator 2, he does say, "I understand why you're crying. It's something I could never do." So is that the case?
Maybe you could be programmed for love.
He'd crush everybody he tried to do it with.
But this is a sequel to all of that stuff, so he will have evolved in some way.
Maybe he falls in love with a fruit machine.
What sort of fruit? What franchise would it be?
Sega.
Simpsons. I can see that.
Carumba. Right, Terminator from Bob. Terminator on crack 2, the Munchies.
Do you get munchies off crack?
I didn't think you did. I thought you just was...
I thought your appetite was suppressed.
Yeah. I thought you just stayed...
Daniel, where are you with your fact check? Fact check if you're going to get the munchies on crack.
I always thought munchies was an exclusively cannabis-based side effect. But
it is. I'm sure crack just makes you drive around for 4 days and wet your pants. That's what crack does.
It's essentially supercharged cocaine, which is exactly the sort Terminators would need because they couldn't just, toot a little bit, couldn't they? They'd need... In fact, you'd probably bake it with WD-40 to make it suitable for Terminators.
All right, Walter White.
I know. Hey, Mr. White.
Yo, Mr. White.
Shut up, I'm in my pants.
Terminator 13. Hold me back. So is
he a Yorkshire Terminator?
That's a Yorkshire Terminator.
Oh, down pit.
Give over.
I'm not chasing him tonight. I've just been down pit for 13 hours.
Hey, I'm John Gunny.
He wouldn't say I'd be back. He'd say buy gum as well, wouldn't he, when he left the scenes? Hey, buy gum. Anyway.
Aye, silly.
Aye, lad. Aye.
Give me
I
my last
understand
13
why they
pence.
cry, but it's something I could never do because I'm a tough nut.
Hey, I understand why you cry. I would if I had to pay £4 for that.
Here we go. Hang on, we got some more. Wait a minute.
Oh, this is exciting.
Hang on. Here we go.
That was lots of things.
Terminator
Mortal Kombat. I terminate RoboCop.
Oh, that'd be a good fight. Terminator versus RoboCop.
Robot battle.
In the world of Mortal Kombat.
I'd pay to see that. I think that'd be a good fight.
Mm-hmm. And
That is
Michael
good,
Bay
yeah.
could direct that. as well.
Terminator and RoboCop have been in Mortal Kombat games lately. I think they've been like extra characters you can unlock.
Nerd.
Shut up!
every time you say something like that,
Anything loosely related to popular culture.
Yeah. Lisa, I can't think of a title. I want Linda Hamilton's role to be the main thing, something along the lines of Wonder Woman.
Oh, I know, right? What you do, it's post-apocalyptic-y thing, so it's sort of got that Terminator / Mad Max thing going on. You call the film This Woman's Work, and it's her going around trying to get her kid back and, yeah, smashing stuff up.
Isn't she the main thing in Terminator Salvation?
Probably.
Was that the latest one? I saw that one. I can't remember. Yeah. She comes back in spoilers.
I haven't seen any of them since Terminator 2.
She was good in it, I thought.
She's really fit, like physically, but you can tell she's like a lot older now. So I don't think she.
Oh my God, cut her some slack.
No,
just because you won't want to look at her tits.
I would.
Because we all know that's what it's all about.
I never said I wouldn't look at them.
Fills the throat, man, as we know.
Yeah.
He's got a lovely neck.
Terminator in Rust, Daniel. Is he fact checking? Oh, he's fact checking as well for his angle. We'll do that in a minute. Terminator in Rust. Is that like a musical Rust, like Rent or something?
He's upset about having to pay to live somewhere.
Yeah, he's rusty.
Fact
Sorry, I've covered that and fill up with this fact check. It's so big. Fact check: enhanced appetite, or what people commonly refer to as the munchies, an often cited side effect of marijuana. The munchies occur due to a chemical reaction the brain has when it interacts with THC, the main psychoactive component in marijuana.
Someone's just done a little copy and paste off the internet there.
Yeah, he won't type that out, even though he's a script writer. He won't type that out.
Fact check: copying and pasting off the internet was invented.
Will you leave it? You are so mean.
He's gone now. He's not bothered, is he?
Hey, you want to see mean? I can get mean.
Chris has basically asked someone to do his homework for him and then called them a nerd when he did.
I just call everybody a nerd tonight.
That's
Cats. Why he's obsessed with cats? Is Roberto? I don't know.
It's good to be obsessed with cats. I like cats.
Thanks. And the cat face.
Oh yeah.
Terminator working in a cat, the pet shop, I guess. Who knows? Flint Animal is the main thing in the movie. The title should reflect that.
This Woman's Work. And then you have the Kate Bush song in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I always think Kate Bush soundtrack when I watch The Terminator.
No.
I don't know why that one is, but all right.
She's saying that she should call the film Linda.
Yeah, Linda. Yeah.
I wouldn't go and see that, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Linda sounds a bit more rom-com than sort of.
Yeah, but let's face it, though.
Sarah Connor.
Sarah, yeah.
The Terminators, though, have been losing money, haven't they? Every one they do, so maybe they do need to find a different direction for them.
Mm. And Wonder Woman did prove that there's money in a female-fronted action film.
Mm. So did Alien.
Phil.
Alien did as well.
Phil.
I've just got a vote from a bit late, but that's fine. At least I got the same amount of votes as one of our audience members.
Hey, good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah.
I like Roberto.
We're getting all the comments in now.
There's been a little bit of nomadic voting tonight. It needs controlling, Chris.
Oh, Mr. Serious is back. Oh dear, he's finishing as he started. Well, we've come at the end. I think that's all the Terminator's done. So, right then, all that we need to say is thank you so much for coming in to watch the show again this evening on a Sunday night. We really appreciate you sticking around on Facebook and leaving your lovely comments for us. So give yourselves a quick round of applause as you're watching this. There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you to our lovely panel here, Phil, Nat, and Eddie, as always. Thank you very much. Next week, next Sunday night, we'll be doing Edward Scissorhands, Tim Burton classic with Johnny Depp, Winona Ryder, a bit of snow, some greenery, and some chopping with hands, if I remember correctly. And we're going to be asking you... Pardon?
I said it sounds like we're having a drugs party there.
We are. And then the audience choice will be a new Disney title next week. So so join us for that same time, 8 o'clock Sunday night. We'll do some quick plug-in. Phil, what you got this week for people to watch in the comfort of their own houses?
My 50th episode of my podcast came out last Wednesday. So that's a great achievement. Going stronger and stronger. So the next episode is out on this Wednesday on the Ted Hankey Facebook page.
So you can find that there, Ted Hankey. Lovely stuff. Nat, have you got anything to plug?
I've got nothing to plug except my love for all of you.
Oh, you see, that's kind of nice. Comments.
Don't plug it. Leave it open.
Oh, you are filth.
No,
are filth.
Your love. Don't plug your love.
Filth.
This Roberto will not let it go tonight. Who is Edward? Is he on the panel?
Hi, I'm Edward.
I don't know what that means. Is that he's coming to get you? Is he on the panel? Anna's just left a blank comment.
Anna's just disappointed.
Had enough.
Anna's
have you got anything to plug, Eddie, before we go?
Yes. Fire Breathing Kittens, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Feel free to nerd anytime you like, Chris. Is available from all the places where you get your podcast from. IC News is a satirical podcast which Chris and I have appeared on, and it is very, very good. Friend of ours, Sam Gore, does that. Former member of Discount, Amy Forrest, well, sometime member, I suppose. You can still see her performance in the critically acclaimed Small Island on the National Theatre YouTube channel. That's available probably until Wednesday or so. So watch that as well. It's all free, and it was about the Windrush arrivals. So very, very well loved piece of theatre for free with someone who we have all met once. So that's
very good. And as always, every Friday night we stream a pre-recorded Discount Comedy Checkout improv show for you guys on the Facebook page. That usually involves all of us who are on here and other members of the group as well. Also, we're still running a little Star Wars, not a contest, but just a bit of fun for everybody, really. What we do, you email us at prequel@hotmail.com, and we send you a page of the Star Wars Episode 4 script, and then you film it and send it back. We had loads of families joining in on this, and we're going to premiere it on Facebook. Everybody can watch it. We'll have a bit of fun with that as well. There's still some pages to give out, so give us a message on that. Prequel@hotmail.com. We'll all get involved in that, have a bit of fun. We'll see you again next Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Join us again. Leave your lovely comments. We're really enjoying doing these shows. I hope you are too. And we love to hear from you. So thank you so much, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you very much.
We love you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.